everybody, I am Attila Otaner. Welcome to a brand new video of NextTalk. I hope you're all doing well. It's been 2 weeks since the last video, so we are due for an update. We're going to look at the highlights of some companies that recently reported, and then we're going to go over the US market and the Canadian market. Alright, let's start with the highlights, and first one out is Salesforce. They had an 11% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been lowered from our side to $190, and they're trading a little bit higher than that. Robinhood had an impressive quarter, 53% year-over-year sales growth, and our target rate for them has been increased to $15.30, so there is an upside for Robinhood. And Nvidia, much talked about lately, had also a very impressive sales growth, 101% year-over-year. Our target rate for them has been increased to $235. However, it's much lower compared to where it's trading at the moment. The reason for it is that it's our calculations are penalizing when the price to sale ratio is very high, like in Nvidia's case. Unity reported an impressive 80% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been increased to $43, so there is an upside for Unity. All right, let's look at some Canadian companies that reported. Of course, they are also available in the US stock market, but all the prices here is in Canadian dollars. So Nuvei reported a 50% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them is now $54 Canadian, and that's an increase from last time around. So there's an upside for Nuvei. Bank of Montreal reported a 30% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them is now 159 Canadian dollars, so there's an upside for BMO. Canada's largest bank, Royal Bank, reported a 19% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them is now increased to 147 Canadian dollars, and there is an upside for Royal Bank. TD Bank, second largest bank in Canada, reported also 12% year-over-year sales growth. Target rate for them has been increased to $98, and there's an upside for TD Bank. All right, that was the highlights for this time. Now we're going to dive into the regular reporting. We start with the US market and value stocks. ExxonMobil is number 1, JP Morgan is number 2, and Tencent is number 3. Here we're looking at the big companies, big market caps, and they have a low priced earnings. So those companies gives a little bit of stability to have in your portfolio. Dividend stocks is also good to have in your portfolio if you prefer to get some cash back, so to say. So Verizon is there, number 1, AT&T is number 2, and 3M is number 3. Growth stocks in the US market. So here we are comparing sales growth over the year versus how the stock price has been growing for the same stock. So Rivian retains spot number 1. ZoomInfo is number 2 like last time. NextEra Energy is a newcomer on spot number 3, or they re-entered the list. They had a 42% year-over-year sales growth, while the stock price had been declining 14%. Li Auto was in the list before, but they are out from top 3. When we look at the reverse version, that's the pricey one as I call it, when the price is growing faster than the sales. So Micron moves up to spot number 1. Xpeng also moves up 1 spot to spot number 2. And Fastly is a newcomer on spot number 3. They had a sales growth of 20%, while the stock price has been going up 108%. Doubled, basically. Nvidia, who was in the list, is out from top 3 following the report, but they're still in the pricey category, so to say. All right, that's the US market. Let's look into the Canadian market, and we start with the value stocks there. Well, the banks reported, so Royal Bank is there, spot number 1, TD Bank is number 2, and Canadian Natural Resources on spot number 3. The dividends in the Canadian market, Tourmaline Oil is number 1, Transalta Renewables is number 2, and Enbridge is number 3. The growth stocks in the Canadian market, RB Global is number 1, Nuvei is number 2, and Telus International is number 3. Pricey ones in the Canadian market, Great-West Lifeco is a newcomer on spot number 1 following their report. The revenues declined 91% year-over-year, so and the stock price went up 26%. So that's the reason to take the first spot. Cenovus Energy reported as well, and they're on spot number 2. They had a sales decline of 39%, while the stock price was up 12%. Onyx, who was number 1 last time, is now spot number 3. Plus and Crescent Point Energy is out from top 3. Alright, this concludes the report for this time around. If you like those videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on next video in hopefully 2 weeks' time. Alright, and you can follow me on or NextStock on X or Twitter under the handle NextStockYT, YT for YouTube. I will tweet or post whenever there is something new happening for one of those things of the companies. All right, always gather a lot of information before jumping ahead purchasing stocks. Until next time, bye-bye.